Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. I am back here again with another blockbuster, a mouth-watering broadcast of this day, 18th of December in the year 2022, which happens to be Sunday. Happy Sunday to you all, my people, my fans, my families, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. This is where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the happenings around us, being the Biafran land, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, and the African nation and the world at large. I want to use this medium also to wish every one of us a Merry Christmas in advance, a Happy New Year. And also to remind us, if this is your first time of hearing my voice, if this is your first time of watching any of my content and you have not subscribed, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button so that you will be the first to be notified each time we go live or we post something new on this channel or any other channel that is related to Okute Daily Talk. Without not taking much of your time, please let's go straight into the news. Tighten your seatbelt and listen attentively. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has warned scammers that is using his name for fundraising. This message is coming to us through his lead counsel, Mike Ozekome. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Mike Ozekome, has raised the alarm over the use of his name by social media scammers to solicit funds, allegedly, for the case of the indigenous people of Biafra leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Ozekome, who is Kanu's lead counsel, raised the alarm in a statement dated on the 15th of December and made it available to Okute Daily Talk on Sunday, being the 18th. The Okute reported that Mike Ozekome handed over the sum of 1 million naira raised by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family to the Department of the State Service for the IPOB leaders feeding in the custody. But in the statement, Ozekome noted that some unscrupulous societal miscreant and criminal elements are used the situation to fraudulently raise funds using his name to perpetrate the act. He said, the general public is hereby alerted that I, as the lead counsel for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader and the founder of the indigenous people of Biafra, or my chambers have never and will never in any way authorize anyone, whether as an individual, group of persons, corporate bodies, or authorities to solicit for funds for me, or on my behalf, or on behalf of my chambers, for the purpose of prosecuting the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or for any other purpose, howsoever and whatsoever. So here is the general public. Do not be misled, because we blacks, or let's say we the Easterners, were very, very easy to be misled. That is why some people are always trading on our intelligence, because we trust so easily, and that is why we keep on falling victims for them to be chopping us anyhow they like. Most especially all these our churches here and there, because of our trust, because of how we believe, because of how we follow. Not that we are that daft, or not that we are that fool, or we are stupid, but we trust easily and we follow with all our hearts. That is why they keep on marching on our heads and using us as rags in form of we are going to church. I am not castigating any church. I'm not saying you should not go to church. But exactly what Mike Ozekome is warning is exactly what is happening out there, because a lot of people will also contribute money for anyone who shout out there, oh, let us raise money for our leader. He needed money in detention for feeding and drugs. You will see a lot of people will cough out a very large amount of money simply because they trusted, not because they are daft or because they are that fool. So let us be mindful of how we follow people, most especially in this critical time, because everybody is using something. You understand me? So it's either you use something or they use it for something, because everybody is using something. So that is the situation we find ourselves these days. So please, my advice to the general public, we have to be extra careful on how we follow, on how we do things. Make sure you verify first before you can do any contribution. Moreover, there's no anybody that's asking you to contribute to anything. The family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is capable of providing money for his feeding and other things. I know if the general public is being alerted to do anything concerning his situation in the DSS, people will even contribute more than what is required. But notwithstanding, it is not needed at this point in time. So everybody should hold their peace. He then warned the public against falling for the schemes of scammers, as he noted that the perpetrators will be visited with the full wrath weight of the law if being caught. Osekome added, similarly, anyone caught donating money to such fraudsters and criminal elements allegedly on our behalf will be traced and made to face the full wrath of the law sooner than later. So you hear it, my people, and I want you to abide by these rules, abide by this advice from the lead counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mike Osekome, and it shall be well with you. Members of the general public are hereby strongly advised and cautioned to desist from ever giving any money to fraudsters and impostors soliciting for funds in the name of Nnamdi Kanu's case, as neither Nnamdi Kanu nor our chambers as his lawyers will ever approach members of the public through the social media or any other channel. So the solicitation of funds for the alleged prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu's case, we have never done so. We are not doing so. We will never do so. He added that the security agencies had been notified to arrest and persecute the perpetrators of such acts. So if you are among those who are raising funds or who are calling for people to donate money simply because you want to chop them, one day, be very, very careful, because they will chop you very soon. And when they chop you, nobody is going to release you. DSS systematically killing Nnamdi Kanu in detention. IPOB cries out. The proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the Department of State Service, DSS, for systematically killing its leader, Mazi Okechukwu Nnamdi Kanu, in detention. In a statement by IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary Emma Powerful, the pro-Biafra group claimed that its leader is suffering from heart problems and some mineral deficiencies, which require specialist attention. IPOB also berated the Muhammadu Buhari-led federal government for refusing to release Kanu as ordered by all the competent laws of jurisdiction. According to the outlawed group, the federal government has prevented the pro-Biafra activist from accessing his personal physicians. IPOB said the DSS is instead patronizing roadside pharmacies for his drug, which we see as a systematic and gradual diminution and killing of his life and final elimination method. That is what we are seeing. But we will see what happens, because they have forgotten that any eye where they cry can also see. How did they that the tears may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning? The statement reads: Nigerian government has deliberately planned to eliminate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is illegally detained in DSS solitary confinement. Mazi Okechukwu Kanu is battling heart problems and some mineral deficiencies, which require his special medical specialist attention. But the Nigerian government have refused to release him as Nigerian courts ordered, nor do they allow his access to his personal physicians. Instead, they have resulted in patronizing roadside pharmacies for his drug, which we see as a systematic and gradual diminishing and killing of his life and final elimination method. A few days ago, the IPOB legal team members of Shopping Mood, brother of Mazi Okechukwu Nnamdi Kanu, visited him in the DSS custody, where he informed them that DSS agents have not given him his prescribed drugs for 9 good days, and more so, DSS hasn't given him food for days now, claiming that they don't have money for his food and drugs. We, the global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, therefore call on the Nigerian government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately if they can't afford his medications and food. IPOB is more than capable to provide for our leader the best medical services in the world and can give him any food of his choice, but it is their responsibility to ensure that he feels well with good medical attention, because they are illegally renditioning him. IPOB will not take it lightly with them if anything untoward happens to him. They cannot succeed in breaking him down. We in IPOB understand the recent actions of DSS as plot to systematically diminish and finally kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by starving him of his drugs and food. But we wish to remind the Nigerian government and all who are remotely interested in Nigeria to bear in mind that IPOB and in fact Biafrans will wage unending wars if anything untoward happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not a threat, but a promise that generations of Biafrans must keep even after Biafra nation has been restored. So you people should know exactly what to do in this particular issue, since the federal government have adamantly refused for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu special doctor to attend to him. Everybody has spoken. The court have said leave this man. They refused. The United Working Committee have come. Give them 6 months. I think the 6 months not yet expired. Free this man. Let him go. They refused. Okay. Any eye where they cry, they see. Not tomorrow night. It will be that the Biafrans are fermenting trouble, or they want to wage fight against the federal government of Nigeria. This is part of it. The court have set out to be for poor masses. I mean, court is the last hope of ordinary man according to the constitutions. So now the court cannot guarantee the hope of a common man, neither can they guarantee the freedom of a common man. Imagine the chairman of EFCC was sentenced to prison. He goes nowhere. Instead, he keep on going up and down. The IGP of police was sentenced to 3 months in Kuje prisons. He goes nowhere. They make it wuru. He come out the other day and say, oh, he have been restored this person since Kineko, while it have not been done. The chief of army staff had been sentenced to prison. He did not go anywhere. Then tell me, what kind of judicial system are they using in Nigeria? Whether are they for everyone, or are they for some particular set of people in the country? That means the rich are the ones they have immunity in the country, even when they commit anything against the country, or even when they have been sanctioned and sentenced to jail for their illicit acts against the country and against humanity. They will not go. Imagine the Accountant General who stole over 109 billion was resting in his home, even enjoying the money, using the money to hire more lawyers to defend him, and people are there and they are happy. Joy, what a world. I wonder who do all these things, and how we get to this point is what I still don't understand till this day. My only prayer is the Lord Almighty will surely see us through, because this country have turned to another thing. The rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. They keep on squeezing the poor. Even when the poor is at their own right, they will deny them freedom and also deny them access to certain things of life, which is their fundamental human rights. Let's proceed, my dear people. Why Nigerians should prepare for more hardship, NGO alerts. The report by the National Bureau of Statistics that about 133 million Nigerians live in poverty will be a recipe for a new dimension of hunger never witnessed in Nigeria. A civil society organization under the urges of the International Human Rights Commission warned on Friday. While describing the report as a warning of a looming economic crisis in the country, the non-for-profit body stressed the need for government to empower people in the rural communities to reduce the rising poverty in Nigeria. The ambassador at large and head of a diplomatic mission of IHRC in Nigeria, Dr. Duru Hezekiah, stated this during the presentation of food items and cards to over 150 low-income earners and persons with disabilities. The gifts, which came ahead of the Christmas celebration, were to cushion the efforts of the growing inflation in the country. The Nigeria Bureau of Statistics had reported that 133 million Nigerians were multidimensional poor, saying that the figure represented 63% of the country's population. Too bad. The report blamed the country's rising poverty on poor access of education, living standards, health employment, and so on. Another report by Nigeria Bureau of Statistics on Thursday revealed that Nigeria's inflation rate had risen to its highest level since September of 2005, when the rate stood at 24.32%. The current inflation stands at 21.47%. But reacting to the statistics by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, Hezekiah warned that the poverty rate if not urgently addressed, will be a recipe for disasters. He said, we are really in an economic crisis, and if it is not checked, I tell you, the time is coming when we go into a fiasco. A time is coming when, in fact, Nigeria will be declared a hunger country, and that is why we are still appealing to the government to do the needful. In the International Human Rights Commission, we don't believe in protest. We don't believe in riots. We believe in dialogue and negotiation, and so we keep appealing to the government, advising them on the way forward to find a lasting solution. I know we might not be able to eradicate poverty 100%, but I tell you, the growth of a nation begins with the growth of the people. If the people are happy, if the people are well taken care of, there will be growth. Look at the developed countries today. That is exactly how they tackle their own issues. The rate of poverty is low compared to us here. So if governments want to be true to themselves, they should help us by empowering these people so that they can be able to cope with the level of inflation we are witnessing as of this present time. Speaking on the choice of the beneficiaries for the gifts, the IHRC board said many Nigerians were languishing under the scourge of poverty and social vulnerability, adding that for most of them, the year 22 season comes with no substance with which to carry out any celebration. Can you imagine that? He said it is in his awareness of this that we must commend the brain and drive behind this annual end of the year giveaway program for the vulnerable. Further still, in recognition of his targeting specifically of women from selected rural areas of the Federal Capital Territory to comprise the beneficiaries of this year's edition, I wish to reiterate that the choice could be no more appropriate for women being naturally homemakers, have the majority of those rural households depending on them for the possibility of love, joy, and laughter this particular season. For us as humanitarians to feast freely and draw the year to close with joy in our hearts, we must ensure that there is some justice in our world and society as manifested through equitable or at least charitable. Speaking on behalf of beneficiaries, the Secretary General of the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Federal Capital Territory, Chris Abu, said most of the 103 million in poverty are people with disabilities who have restricted opportunities to work. While commending the IHRC for the gesture, he said, most of us suffer a lot of discrimination. The offices where we will even move to earn living are not accessible to them, and a whole lot of other opportunities that we don't really have, and thus it is very serious thing that we will begin to see how to include persons with disabilities in whatever we do, and attempt to try to curb poverty without including persons with disabilities is only but a joke. That is what you need to know about the poverty rate that is rising on daily basis in the country called Nigeria. So let us continue with the news we have at hand. Governor Autumn makes requests as he celebrates Buhari at 80. Let's see what Governor Autumn is requesting from Muhammadu Buhari. The Benue State Governor Samuel Autumn has joined a host of others to felicitate President Muhammadu Buhari as he turns 80 today. Okutenu report that the governor, in a goodwill message to President Muhammadu Buhari, congratulated him on the milestone of his 80th birthday. Governor Autumn in the message lauded the president for his steadfastness and indomitable spirit in upholding the ideas of nationhood. The governor wished the president good health, peace, and wisdom in the years ahead, while noting that he should continue to promote those attributes to transparency, honesty, fairness, equity, and justice as a penance for peace and unity of the country. Autumn also urged the president to ensure that the countries he continues the transparent lifestyle that has been his landmark and signature tune over the years. He, however, appealed to him to stay to his words of delivering Nigeria to his successor in one piece, devoid of the insecurity ravaging the country. Autumn advanced that we are not there yet, but the president has assured us that he will hand over a country that will be free from insecurity and the current polarization that has enveloped us. We need to be united again, not along ethnic or religious lines, but along nationalistic ideas that bind us together. The governor explained that it was what the country needed to direct the younger generation to live an upright life and have hope for a better Nigeria coming. So that is all you need to know about Governor Autumn's demand from Muhammadu Buhari. Makinde stopped confinement of traditional title on Atiku as PDP Board of Trustees member says party crisis to be resolved when? I don't know. The administration of Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State have reportedly influenced the suspension of a traditional title expected to be bestowed on the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP Atiku Abubakar by the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Olalekan Balogun. Okutenu report that the Olubadan was said to honor Atiku Abubakar with a Are Akogon of Ibadan land. In a statement released by the monarch, the chieftaincy title Are Akogan of Ibadan land simply means President of the brave ones of Ibadan land. How? And how can that be possible? But in a new statement issued on December 12th, the palace announced the suspension of the ceremony. It was gathered that the crisis rocking the PDP played a role in the suspension of a traditional title expected to be bestowed on Atiku. A palace source told the Saturday Sun that the confinement of honorary title on Atiku was put on hold based on the decision of the Olubadan Advisory Council. Another source said the Makinde-led government might have played a role in the hurried suspension over the lingering face-off of the G5 governors, including Makinde with Atiku. Meanwhile, a member of the PDP Board of Trustees, Chief Ebenezer Babatobe, has told Saturday Sun that the party's elders will soon meet to resolve the crisis rocking the main opposition party. Are they going to tell Ayo to quit? That is the main bone of contention. All this crisis could have been resolved long ago if Ayo had stepped down as the national chairman of the PDP so that somebody from the south can take over that seat. But he blatantly refused. So tell me, how do you choose or how do you wish to resolve this issue that elders will meet to resolve what? Do the needful. Stop running a one-sided party structure. Let it be equity, fairness, and justice. As simple as that. Let everybody have a sense of belonging. If you don't start it now in the party level, then tell me how much more are you going to do it when you become or when you finally become the president of Nigeria, which is not going to happen. He said the issue strengthening the peace of the party were normal in a political party setting, adding that the crisis will soon be resolved by the elders who are members of the BOT. If I hear, you are telling this one to Governor Nyesom Wike, which I doubted that. Let us see the promise he made to Imo State again. He keep on making promises almost all the whole 36 states. But at the end of the day, come on to fulfill half of the promise. Not even one, just half of those promises you made. They cannot. Rather, they will come out with the other stories. When the APC was coming 8 years ago, they told us that they are here for a change, so that Nigerians will witness the change. Indeed, we have already witnessed the change. And everything have turned upside down. When you take 1,000 naira to go to a shop, buy something, are you expecting them to give you change? No. You have to give them balance. That is the change they are varying for. Everybody keeps shouting, say Baba, say Baba, say Baba. At the end of the day, Baba, why nana? Only will go to update. So that is where we see it, and that is how we see it. Yeah? Now, this one now, I think now it's going from state to state now. Now it has promised 3 region already presidency. From the south, he said it's a stepping stone for them to be able to produce another presidency. He went to southeast, the same thing. He went to north also, the same thing. They need to vote Pan-Africa, who it happens to be from the origin of north. Don't vote Igbo, neither will you vote Yoruba, that is ethnic sentiment that will cause a very mighty something, but nobody want to look towards that. Rather, they keep on defending what is undefendable. 2023, what Atiku told Imo supporters on Saturday. Okay, now. The presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, on Saturday stormed Owerri, Imo State for his campaign. Did you visit Hope Uzodinma as you did to Anambra? I thought any state you go, you first go and visit the owner of the land. Did you visit Hope Uzodinma before he started this campaign? Atiku, while addressing the party supporters during the rally, said his victory in the 2023 presidential election will be a presidency of the Imo people. If I hear. He said this on Saturday at the PDP presidential campaign rally in Owerri, the Imo capital. Speaking on the security challenges in the region, the former vice president said if he wins, he will meet with them on how to resolve the crisis. Atiku further stated at the rally, "For me, it is homecoming to Imo again. You know why it is homecoming? The first chieftaincy title to be given to me in the southeast was given to me here in Imo State. One the number of Ngokpala," he said. This Imo airport, we dashed Imo airport to the people of Imo, our community, the community to which I belong, the community that honored me first in the southeast. That is why if I am the president, Imo is the presidency. It is your own presidency. If I hear, give the South the national chairman of the party, then we will believe whatever you are telling us, that truly you are a unifier and you have built bridges across the nations. That is where they say charity begins at home. So, Waziri Adamawa, this is where you have to start your charity. Otherwise, all the things you are saying is foul. You are just pouring water on top of a stone. I know we have security challenges all over the country. Let me tell you, when you elect me president, I will come here, sit down with you, discuss with you, and together we will work out a settlement. I laugh in Bangladesh. I have been associated with the Igbo nation for many decades. I know that you are businessmen, traders, and so on. I want to assure you that if I have the opportunity and you elect me, business trading will pick up again, because in my policy document, I said I'm going to set aside $10 billion to empower women and young men in the business. I beg you, $10 billion. You will use it to buy more skyscrapers in Dubai. So stop fooling yourself. You think you are fooling the people of Imo. So there will be absolutely no need for any young man or woman not to have something to do. We will provide jobs. If you don't want jobs, we will provide business for you. We will provide an environment where business will thrive, according to Waziri Adamawa. So that is all you need to know about him, about the promises he made in Imo State, and so on. So let us continue with the last but not the least. You have not even won in 30 years. Step down and support P2B. Atiku mocked. Who is mocking Atiku? We don't know. The presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has been told to step down from the 2023 presidential race. The call was made on Saturday by activist Rinu Oduala of the NSAS firm. She submitted that Atiku has not won any election in the last 30 years and won't win the 2023 election as well. Instead of going all the way to the polls, Oduala advised Atiku to step down and support the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Taking to her micro-blogging site, Twitter, she wrote, Atiku needs to step down. He has not won an election in the last 30 years. He won't win this one. He can redeem himself now by collapsing his structure for Peter Obi. Atiku storms Imo for campaigns. That is the news I've just finished reading. So my great people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, we have one last news here which we are going to use to complete this one. We are P2B is letting us to know that all the whole greedy people in Nigeria, they are domiciled in APC. So let us see how, why, and where all these things is happening. We know that is the truth, but he must have a proof to let us know that what he is telling us is the gospel truth. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has revealed the best way to fight corruption is to collapse APC. Okute News report that the former governor of Anambra State made this known in an interview when asked how he would deal with the issues of corruption. It will be noted that corruption has been a major issue with the opposition parties, as they often project their parties and candidates as not being corrupt. According to Peter Obi, Buhari is not corrupt in terms of Nigerian corruption. However, his personal integrity does not translate to the All Progressive Congress integrity. Yes. The Labour Party flag bearer noted that the key ingredient of corruption is greed, and the most greedy people in Nigeria are domiciled in APC, according to him. He said other ingredients of corruption include personal acquisitions and appointment of family members in various major positions in government offices, adding that the best way to fight corruption is through institutionalizing of governance processes, according to him. Meanwhile, APC in Sokoto State has received boost ahead of the 2020 general election as more citizens joined the party from different opposition camps. A statement from the party on Friday claimed that it received a new defectors from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Labour Party, and New Nigerian People's Party today. The politicians, according to APC, came from Gwadabawa, Ilela, and Goronyo local government areas in the eastern zone of the state. Basha Abubakar, who is the special assistant to Sen Aliyu Wamako, APC Sokoto North, the APC leader in the state, confirmed to newsmen that the defectors include former councillors and various stakeholders from the eastern zone of the state. So, my great people, this is where we are coming to the end of this broadcast. Have a nice day and have a nice Sunday, and may the Almighty God bless you for all your support and your contributions towards the movement of this very channel. So I am calling it a quit. Have a nice day until I come your way again. Bye for now. Have a very, very blessed Sunday, because I will come back again with another mouth-watering and blockbustering broadcast. Thank you.